I'm Christy Hampton, and I'm an auctioneer in Southern Missouri, and I love it when we get unique and rare items, and boy do we have a unique and rare collection. This is a very specialized watchmaking or watchmaker tool collection. I've never had one before, and I'm getting very quickly educated in what some of these tools are and might be, but I also know enough to know what I don't know. And what I don't know is what a lot of these are, but I know a lot of you guys are gonna know. So we're just gonna do a video here. We're gonna show you these pictures of each individual drawer. I'm gonna go through the drawers with you, and again, I'm learning, but I don't know what everything is. But this watch collection part of this watch collection came from a vice president of the Elgin pocket watch company. And what is really great is that this desk is intact with all the tools just as he had them. This is what the top of his desk looked like, and each individual drawer is decked out the way he had it all sorted. So before we divide everything up and put it in an auction, we're going to show you what we've got, and some of you can educate me, I'm sure, what we're looking at. So I'm going to grab a chair and bring it on over here. And if you want to come on up, we'll start on the top of the desk. Okay. This is a jeweling set, mostly complete, and I have cases and cases and boxes of bins of more parts that we're going to be adding. So we're going to try to flesh these out and get these all filled in. This is a complete set of a K&D, Kendrick and Davis. We have been matching up the punches based off the original grid from the Kendrick and Davis company, or K&D company. These are all of the original punches, and it is complete. And this is the Inverto. And from what I understand, this was a really good innovation in the watchmaker business, because you can take one of these punches and you can do that, and the punch can be on the bottom also, instead of just having your punch on the top. I think I'm telling you that right. So I'm getting a quick education on that. Uh-oh, see, there it was. Okay, looks like these are some loops. There's some very specialized tools. I think that's a screwdriver. These are some magnifying loops, and this is the stuff that was on the desk. There's just some, I don't know why there's a compass. There's a compass on the desk. I don't know if that has something to do with watchmaking. You know, I know there's a lot of balancing involved. I don't know if you need to balance it based on north, east, west, south, but maybe so. But there's a lot of Virgin supplies. Let's see, really cool clocks, and we've got a lot of big clocks that were in this estate also. We have so many bits and pieces and parts, it's unbelievable. We have all the old Elgin cabinets, the shallow drawer cabinets that have all the little watch parts in them filed appropriately. We'll be making a video on that one soon. We're just showing you the desk right now because there's so much more to show you. Here's another staking set, and I'm just gonna let him video. Look at these, look at that cool old Art Deco clock. That is so cool. All right, I'm going to pull this chair up and crank it up a little bit. All right, let's just start on this top drawer. All right, I'm just gonna dig through here and let you guys look. This is what was in the top drawer. Lots of little specialized tools. Lots of these. Don't even know what to call these. I have been fascinated, as I have, what little bit of studying I've done on this craft. I have a whole bunch of these. I have been fascinated by how many bits and pieces and parts, and I have to admire the diligence it must take to be a watchmaker. This is tiny, tedious work. Lots of advertising pieces are here. There's a set about to fall apart. I think those are little tiny screwdrivers. I'm not positive. We have several full sets like that. So this is the top drawer, so I figure this is probably what he used frequently. There, that's a complete set. Let's see what's in here. That's some kind of a specialized tool. I'm gonna keep that. Oh, that is awesome. I love that. But a lot of this stuff is vintage. And you know, they just don't make things like they used to with the personality and character that they had. All right, here's the next little drawer. Lots of tweezers. And here's the next one. Now that looks like a handy tool. I wish they could make drills with all those pieces and parts where you didn't have to change out the bits. There's another one. Let's see, all the way back. This is something I've never seen before, and this is brilliant. This desk was also custom made with not just one catch tray, but two. This is a fabric catch tray. So the watchmaker could rest his elbows here, work on the watches here, which this is also at eye level. If they dropped anything, this would catch it. And if, I'm having trouble getting that to go in. There we go. And then here's another one lower. So maybe it would be like elbow preference, but there's a little fabric catch tray. That is brilliant. That would be handy in so many things. And I've never seen that incorporated into any other trade type desk. So I was fascinated by that. All right, moving on up, just like the Jeffersons. Here we go. I got my chair up a little bit high. I may have to get around and jump. There we go. All right, here, let's see what's in here. Now this is the front middle drawer. I figure this was one that was used a whole bunch. There's some back there. There we go. Oh, it's like a nagging wife. It just goes on and on and on. All right, here we go. Look back here. I'm just going to dig through it and let you guys look. Well, now that looks curious. Let's see what's in there. Look at this little tool. Wow. It's like a pair of tweezers with an adjustment dial. Now, that's pretty groovy. Get my glasses on and see what's going on. Okay. What in the world is that? I can't even begin to imagine. I know some of you watch connoisseurs are like, that's a ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Y'all know what it is right now, don't you? There's another little specialized tool, tiny, tiny. Something wrapped up. All kinds of stuff from Gruen Watch Company. I think is it Longines or Longines Watch Company. Of course, Elgin. And all these little tools, we're probably gonna be putting them in small lots. I will identify, there's a watch fob, John Deere watch fob. I'm not gonna be able to identify all these, but I know you guys will. So when you come to my auction, don't be looking for specific listings, you know, for a certain watch winder or something, because I may not know what a winder is. The lot's probably gonna say something more along the lines of watchmaking tool lot. We're not gonna be able to be super specific because we just don't have the knowledge. But that's why I really wanted to give you guys a look at what's in here. Okay, I'm gonna break that. Bear with me. This is the first time I've looked through all this. Well, that looks interesting back there, but there are two cases. Oh my gosh, we gotta see what that is. Looks like a tool case. I can see through it. We got to see what that is. Did you hear about the, do what? Pull this one out. Oh, be logical and stuff. Don't you be using your logic and reason on me. God. Thank you, Jesse. I need help every day. But still, man, they did it good. Did you hear about the guy that walked in the psychiatrist's office with a duck on his head? Psychiatrist said, "Sir, can I help you?" And the duck said, "Yeah, can you get this guy off my butt?" Well, that better be worth something after all that work, getting it out of there. All right, we got it now. All right, here we go. All kinds of little tiny bits and pieces. Let's see what's in there. What in the world? It says American sleeves. Tiny little guys. And special hard rouge. I used that about 2 hours ago on my face. Wonder what rouge is for in the watchmaking business. That's interesting. All right, and then some more little containers of things. Is that a tire gauge? What is that? We'll figure it out. Drill table size. Starrett tools, drills, letter sizes, number sizes. That's a nice little advertising piece. These little specialized tools. That looks fun. All right, moving on it. And I am showing you guys this drawer. Look at that. He had a rubber stamp. So I'm sure he stamped his boxes or his bags whenever he sold something or fixed something. Look at that. We got everything. We got everything in here. All right. Huh. That's interesting. You know, I make jewelry, but I feel so primal with the tools that I use compared to how specialized all these tools are. I mean, these are specific. Some kind of a crimper, maybe? I don't know if I'm calling this stuff the right. Those are needle nose pliers, pretty basic stuff right there. All right, here we go. I've seen some of these for sale individually. Nice little rulers and charts there. That's interesting. All right, now, starting right here, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 drawers all the way down. So this desk holds a ton of stuff. All right, that's some spring bars. I guess we will look at that. Let's see what's in those boxes. And it's complete. It's got all the vials. Everything's divided by size. Old advertising. Lots of these guys. If y'all can tell me what this is called, I am curious about that. That's a unique piece. For my world, not for your world probably, but for my world. This is marked Gruen watches. I'll make sure I don't spill whatever's in here. Oh, if I do spill it, I'll pull out this guy. Looky there. See? This old dog learns a new trick every now and then. Oh my gosh. There are the tiniest little dust ball sized things in the bottom of these vials. I don't even know, can y'all see them in there moving? They look like little tiny fleas, like the tiniest tick, like a seed tick. This is a box full of seed ticks. But it's marked Gruen Watch Company. It's in a wood container. All right, best fit double shoulder spring bar. This is a just right for Elgin and, oh, that's probably more seed ticks if I was guessing. All right, moving on. That's some bigger tools. That's a complete set of something. And let's see what's in that box. Oh my gosh, that's cool. That push button mechanism works still, see? Close it, push that button, and it opens up, and that set is complete. That is sweet. Look at that. Those are in good shape. There's markings on it. I think it says 7MO, or maybe OW2. I don't know. I got to get my magnifiers on, but that is cool. All right. This one's got a hook. There's an old box right there. Look at that. Look at that old writing on that box. Still in the original box. I feel like I've time traveled back to the, I don't know, 1940s. I feel like this is some old man's workshop. And we do have some old black and white pictures of him sitting at this desk working. It's really interesting. I love tradesmen. I love craftsmen and tradesmen. And I, whenever I go to estate sales, one of the first things I do is I truck it on back to the old man's garages or the old man's tool sheds, because I have found some of the neatest stuff. And I have quite a tool collection. I love tools. And I like the old ones. The old ones are so much better made than they are now. All right, there's some more little tiny, I'm talking about, look at these tiny pieces compared to my fingernail. Can you see that, Jesse? Can you, they're the tiniest. I'm telling you, that's a speck of dust in there. And that is used for watchmaking. This craft is just fascinating. Look at that. That's kind of an Art Deco closure. That's got some age on it. I'm gonna guess that's 1930s or I don't know. I'm feeling 1940s. I may be wrong. All right, here. There's some pieces a little bit bigger. All right, all kinds of little guys. There's some vials, special tools.